Hello, 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 family. Well, so much for going live on the gram. I'm going to have to get some more tutorials and some training for those who are able to get me in that space. I thought I had everything set up right, but it does not appear that way. I must have did something um, that isn't working. So if you're familiar, hit me up in my inbox. Hit me up in my inbox using the StreamYard, going to multiple destinations with the Instagram. And I thought I had it, but I don't. But it's all right. Let me know that you are there wherever you are not Instagram, in LinkedIn. Let me know that you're there in YouTube. Let me know that you're there in Facebook. And we're going to get this party started. We got a short time to get there because we got another presentation to be a part of at the top of the hour. So I can't be before you long. And let's do this. Let's pull this up and let's get some people in place and in position. I'm going to go to my feed and see who's there already. Say hello to everybody, to all the tribe. At the top of we got you there. Lady Verna, much love to you, darling. Thank you for meeting with me early in the day. Give all the New York family our love. Our condolences remain for our brother. Minister Nikki is in the house. I feel better already. I'm going to share this in one of my groups as well, if y'all don't mind bearing with me for just one moment. And I'm going to make it do what it does. And I'm going to pick one more group, and y'all just bear with me for 30 seconds. Yeah, and if you're good at all this type of stuff, holler at me so we can do some things together, network together. We're better together, that's for sure. Tonight's subject, y'all, difficult strategies or different strategies. We don't want to be difficult. Different strategies for good success in times such as this. How many of y'all know these some different times we living in, y'all? For real. I mean, man, some of that stuff that you used to have and use, I'm sure that you're finding out, Lord, why am I not getting the same results? Chandrella is in the house. Much love to you, darling. Thank you for chiming in. Why am I not getting the same result? You ever have, come on here. Let me tell you, you ever have some ant spray? Yeah. And I mean, it was good. I mean, it was getting the job done, wiping them, look, taking out mounds at a time. I mean, sending them back where they came from. But man, you threw that stuff out there last week. Looked like for every one you took out, 3-4 more popped up. You understand? Yeah, some of that stuff that we used to use on some stuff, it's not working, y'all. And I'm telling you, man, we in some different times. We got some different obstacles. We got some different challenges. We got some different devils out there today. We got, hey, Lady Rhonda, it's good to see you, darling. Thanks for chiming in. Lata is in the house. So we're going to talk about this different strategies, y'all. Somebody put that in the comments. Hashtag different strategies. Carol Caspar is in the house. Yeah, different strategies. We need some different. Man, if you keep doing the same thing you've been doing and you're not changing anything, why are you expecting something different? I mean, at least we got to change ourselves, right? We got to get better to do better. And that's really a beginning right there. That might be worth your whole time just hearing that right there. Sometimes we got to change ourselves to get a different result. We going about it with who we always been, who we used to be. It's going to require a new person to get to where you're supposed to be at this next intersection. You can't cross that road with who you've always been, who you used to be. It requires a different person. Different strategies for good success in times such as these. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to share some of my screens at different times and walk this thing through, but I think I just want to kind of go cold turkey and talk about it for the beginning, if y'all are with me. I think we got enough people in here. Share it, y'all. If you haven't already done so, tag a couple of people. Y'all know me. You know I'm not going to play with it. You know I'm going to be true to it. You know it'll be worth it. Tag somebody in it. that you feel needs to hear this message. You want to see them do better. You want to see them succeed. You want to see them have good success. Tag them in the chat. Put it on your wall. All that good stuff. All right. Different strategies for good success in times such as these. Let's walk the dog if we can. We're going to deal with strategies, y'all. Key strategies tonight. Strategy number one, Lady Rhonda, here we go. Tax reduction. Man, when I got that note, when I got that memo, it changed my world. And I've been rocking with that for, man, over a decade now. Thank God. Shout out to my CPA. I've had her for more than 15 years. And she makes it happen. She doesn't cut any corners. Everything's done by the numbers. Everything's legal. Everything's legitimate. If you go to any CPA that's worth, come on, well, you can't even say worth their salt. I mean, shoot, they don't even need to be worth that. They just need to have the basics, y'all. Lady Gloria, it's good to see you. Nisi, it's good to see you. They just need to know the basics. If they know the basics, if they just open up their branch and got started yesterday, they ought to know this about how the laws are set up, the tax codes are set up in favor of businesses, y'all. Small businesses at that. And this is why sometimes we'll have conversations or we'll hear conversations online and on radio and on television and such, news media and all that. And you'll hear stories about how some wealthy person paid, not much more or sometimes less in their taxes, yo. I ain't gonna get political. They pay less in their taxes than some middle class person, than some principal or some educator or some, janitor or whatever. They're paying more on their taxes than somebody who was extremely wealthy. And doing so legally. Let me just throw that in. That's important because some of them do what they do because they're crooks and they get away with all kind of, well, they don't get away with it. They get away as long as they can, but eventually they get caught. But you understand. Strategy number one, y'all, we got to have tax reduction. Yeah, up in here. We got to have not just deduction, but reduction. You got to be able to reduce some tax liabilities. I mean, yeah, we live in, I believe, the greatest nation on the planet still. We got our problems. Don't look, and it is not political for me. I don't care who in the White House in that regard. It is what it is, and it's been that way from day one. And you need to understand what time it is. It's time for some self-empowerment. It's time for some things that we can do that nobody else is going to do, that no government is going to do for you. And tax reduction, y'all, that's something that we all can really, based upon the laws, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. If you've been paying 10 grand a year or 5 grand a year or 3 grand a year or 1 grand a year, whatever you've been paying, we can show you how to reduce it. And if you pay attention tonight, you'll be in the right place. So strategy number one is tax reduction, to position yourself to save thousands of dollars on tax deductible expenses. I mean, now I'm no CPA. I'll give, if you need mine, I'll give you her number. I'll give you her name. I'll give you all her contact information. She got a long list of clients. She'll try to squeeze you in, fit you in the best way she knows how. But if you need that, I'll get that to you. I haven't spoken to her at all in that regard, but I'm sure that she wouldn't mind helping. But the thing of it is, if you don't have the guidance, the legal guidance to show you that a home-based business is one of the strongest measures of tax deductions and reductions that you can have going on today. I mean, it's to your advantage. In fact, you literally would lose money by not having a home-based business because you're paying so much more on your taxes, especially as your income elevates, especially as you're getting raises and promotions and your hourly is going up, your salary is, getting bumped and all this type of stuff, and you crossing and you going from 5 figures to 6 figures and all this kind of stuff, and it's looking good on you. But when you get that check and you look over there at that FICA and all that other type of stuff they got off in there, you're gonna be like, wait a minute now, what happened to the rest of my check? I'm gonna tell you what happened to the rest of that check. Government got it. Yeah, because the more you make, the more you're going to be taxed. Your rates are going to go up. And you got to have things that are itemized deductions rather than just the standard deductions, because the standard deductions are not in your favor. They're really not. That's just the everyday common experience, and you're going to get taxed appropriately with that. With that W-2, you're going to get taxed appropriately. But when you got that 1099, it say something different. It say that you can deduct some things legally as long as it's true and exact, and as long as you got documentation for it. Now, I don't want you out there willy-nilly this thing and just making stuff up. But I mean, from your home office space to miles you put on your car, come on, cell phone, internet, meals and entertainment, depending upon who you're meeting with and what you're talking about. In my case, we're going to talk about this travel. I mean, cruises I've taken, flights I've been, and you come on here, had to get there, flights I've taken, Uber ride from the airport to wherever I was, all of that stuff, y'all. Tax reduction. Come on. This is come on here, Pastor Blake. Come on in the house, man. This is real talk. Some of us are messed up because we've gotten promoted. We've put ourselves in a position to be upwardly mobile. We're middle class, upper middle class, economically and all that. But man, when you look at how much you're paying just to make it, you almost really not even in the class economically that you thought you were, because you're paying so much in taxes. And until you start reducing your tax liability legally, legitimately, you're always going to be in that situation. So strategy number one, tax reduction, to position yourself to save thousands of dollars on tax deductible expenses. I'm going to give you number two. Come on, yeah. Thank you, Lady Rhonda. That's number one. Y'all ready for number two? I'm going to give you number two. Nikki says, who is FICA? Yeah, who is that? Yeah, you're going to find out. You're going to learn. Strategy number two, y'all, to reposition yourself to earn an unlimited amount of residual income. We call it daily residual pay, and not to limit yourself to hourly wages, not to limit yourself to whatever the salary is. I want somebody to put this in the comments. Say, I'm better than that. I'm better than that. Yeah, you better than that wage. You better than that salary. And you may, man, have you seen my salary? Have you seen my hourly wage? It don't matter. You better than that. Because if they're paying that to you, what are they keeping for themselves? Come on now. Let's just call it what it is. If they at the top, they're at the top for a reason. If they paying you $100 an hour, what do you think they getting on your 100? You got to understand how the math works. Yeah. Don't limit yourself to hourly or even salary-based income. David Simmons is in the house. It's been a minute, man. Thanks for chiming in. Much love. Much love. Let's talk. Strategy number two, you got to reposition yourself for this. Unlimited, y'all. Some of us don't understand. We are on limits. We've been miseducated. We've been taken advantage of. We've learned from people that didn't know themselves, or maybe they did the best they could with what they had. But when you know better, you do better. And we've been in boxes that we've never belonged in. And we've compared ourselves to the wrong people. You looking over here at your neighbors on your left and your neighbors on your right, y'all all in the same position. Come on, that whole neighborhood, that whole experience, that whole apartment community, it's all in the same category. To reposition yourself for unlimited income, residual to be exact. That means paid beyond the clock. Come on, somebody put that in the comments. I want to get paid beyond the clock. Yeah. If you're not getting paid beyond the clock, then somebody taking advantage of you. Yeah, they got you in a position that benefits them, but does it benefit you? And we passed the point where we should just be, in a position like a pawn to be used at someone else's expense. And then when we get to the end of the road, after we done put in 20, 30, 40 years, then they snatch that carpet out and tell you to evacuate, to leave the premises. Your services are no longer needed. Man, that's happened too many times to too many people. We got to be smarter than that. You got to reposition yourself to earn an unlimited amount of residual income, where the only limit will be you.
Now, if you lazy and you don't put no work in and you ain't about, going out to do nothing for yourself, then that's a whole different story. But if you the type of person that you put in the work, you in the paint every day. I mean, you in the come on here, you in the zone all the time. You making it happen for others. You the go-to person. You the make it happen person. If that's you on the job working for other people, why would you not be that for yourself? Creating unlimited income, creating residual income around the clock, outside the boundaries of a 9-to-5. Come on, outside the boundaries of just being in a certain place. I remember when all this stuff happened and broke down a few years back with COVID, and I began to post some stuff. I said, man, folk, once they start working from home, two things gonna happen. One, they ain't gonna never want to go back to the office. And number two, most of those offices that they've worked at, they gonna find out it's not even to their advantage to bring people back to the building like it was like that. Yeah, it's too costly. It costs too much. In many places, it costs more in labor. It costs more in all kind of resources to maintain all these big buildings and all these systems and everything that go along with it, y'all. But when you can learn to work for yourself and create residual income around the clock, when the only limit you got is you and what you bring to the table. And if you've been bringing you to the table, if you've been in the game for everybody else and you not in the game for yourself, something wrong with that. We need to sit you down with some therapist, a counselor, maybe even a pastor in there. Come on here, put a team together, because there's something in you. You self-sabotaging. Come on, that's low self-esteem. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. Listen, we got to get some help for you. We got to get you set free and delivered, because you need to know that you got the value. If you didn't have the value, why did they hire you in the first place? Why did they give you that salary? Why did they give you that office? Why did they give you those benefits? You got to be there so long to get benefits. Why did they do all of this and make these things available for you if they didn't see your value? Sometimes everybody else see your value but you. I can't stay here long, but if you see your value, I hope you do. I pray you do. You got to reposition yourself to earn an unlimited. The only limit will be you. And you deserve you and your family, you deserve to put yourself in this position to earn an unlimited amount of residual income, daily residual pay. Don't limit yourself to the out. You say, well, I got a good man. Listen, that job got too many limits on it. And you can't take it with you. You say, I got a good salary. You listen, it don't matter what it is. It could be millions of dollars, but the moment they change the rules, you outie. And you got to understand that. You got to read the fine print. You got to go down lower and read the fine print on that thing. Sometimes we think we own and we don't own it. And because you don't own it, the rules can change at any time of day. The movie said on any given Sunday. It don't have to be Sunday. It could be whatever day, right? Strategy number 2, y'all, you got to reposition yourself to earn an unlimited amount of residual income. But I'm going to move on to number 3. Y'all ready for number 3? Let me know if you're ready for number 3. Phoenix Ash is in the house. Thank you for chiming in. Y'all tag somebody. Y'all tell them they need to be here for at least a little while. Let's talk. Let's keep it real. Let's be transparent. Let's help somebody. And we're headed somewhere. And remember, I got another thing to be on. All right, Minister Nikki's ready for number 3. Number 3, here's strategy number 3. Going back to number 1, tax reductions. If you are not properly set up to receive 1099 CEO type tax reductions, you need to fix that immediately. I mean, don't wait till tomorrow. We need to talk after this call and get you set up, get you in place, because at the end of this year, I mean, it's already, we about to cross over into the last half, y'all. You about to pay more than you need to in taxes simply by not being in position. Number 2, you got to reposition yourself for around the clock unlimited income. But number 3, here we go. Reposition yourself to pass on your residual income, to pass on the cash flow to your children and to your loved ones. Now, listen, so that everybody's clear, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying, terminate your position. I'm not saying any of that. You might want to stay there another 15, 20 years. You might love what you do. You might be in a calling, such as the case for myself. So it's not even, really shouldn't be even optional as to what you to do. You're supposed to be a servant as to what God has appointed and called for your life. I understand all that. But here is something that you must make a shift. You must make a transition if you've not already done so. Here's what I know about that job. This is a limitation of it. Not saying scrap it, but I'm saying start building bridges so that that's not the only thing you have. So that all your eggs are not in one basket. Strategy number 3, you got to reposition yourself to pass on your residual income. Number 1, I told you, number 1 and 2, you got to have some residual income. And that's not coming from your job, right? You're getting an hourly wage, you're getting overtime, you're getting salary, those types of things. Or you're getting commissions or transactional commissions based upon the work that you've done at a particular time, so forth and so on. That's what you're getting on the job. All of that then goes on a W-2 because you are an employee under the business of someone else. But now you're going to reposition yourself, strategy number 3, so that you can have the residual income. And when you have that residual income, listen, even when you stop, it don't stop. Even when you're gone, it won't go. Even when you leave, it won't leave. That means you have something that you can pass on to your children and to your children's children. I love this part. This is so important because, man, in our community and in our culture, a lot of times we're seeing it over and over again. And it's not just us. It's really impoverished or those who haven't learned because we've not been properly exposed. And, we just kept doing what we were shown to do and nobody thought to think about it deeply enough. Like, wait a minute, why are we still doing this? This don't even work. Living life ain't got no insurance. Living life, come on now, can't pay to die. You understand what I'm saying? That's a bad situation to be in. When the mother or the father or whoever it is that's the guardian, they're gone. That means if they didn't get strategy number 1, they didn't get strategy number 2. If they're gone, y'all, you got to hear this, hear my heart. If they're gone, the check is gone. And if the check is gone, guess what keeps going on? The need to eat, the need to have a place to live, the need to pay bills, come on, all of that still keeps going on. But the job, come on, that check, that last check probably was already delivered and cashed out and everything. Ain't gonna be no more of those checks, not on that job. It could have been a salary, it could have been, it could have been an hourly rate, whatever it was. But when you stop, it stops. That's why you got to have insurance. Please understand this, but I'm not talking about insurance tonight. I got insurance. I've been had my insurance license for years. Keep that. Don't do nothing with it really, but I like to maintain. You never know. But the point is this: you got to reposition yourself to pass on residual income. You got to have something. If you care about folk, come on. You talking about I love that woman, I love that man, I love them children, I love them back. You better put yourself in a position then to pass something on, because we're not always going to be here. Tomorrow is not promised. We could be in the best of health. Let's be real, y'all. Because someone said, oh, I feel so great. No, I got plenty of time. You don't know that. None of us do. Let's not be no false prophets out here. We don't. Look, most of the folk that's in the graveyard that went in last week didn't expect to be there. You understand? No, that was not their plan. Nobody woke up this morning and said, hey, I want to die. Well, maybe so, but you understand. Most people wouldn't. Most people don't. We always think we got plenty of more time. So now is the time, because tomorrow ain't promised, to reposition yourself to pass on your residual income. Strategy number 1, strategy number 2, you got to have some, because you can't pass on what you ain't got. Come on. Is it making sense to anybody? Say it again. You cannot pass on what you ain't got. So go back to number 1, go back to number 2, Make sure you take the actions to get some, and now you can live in number 3. So whenever the Lord calls your name, you got something that you can pass on. Have some insurance now. That's going to take care of a whole lot of things right there. But also have something that you've owned, that you've cultivated, that you've sold in, that can be passed on. You can't pass on that job, man. You can't pass on that job. Number 1, they don't want it. Let's be clear. And number 2, even if they did want it, they probably wouldn't be qualified in one category or another. Pass on that business, though. See, when you got a family business with your last name on it, whatever name you want to put it, it's still in your name. It can be an inheritance. Quick testimony. I'm going to give a testimony for birthday girl. She's still celebrating. Shout out to Coach D, my big sis in the Lord, Apostle Deborah. Love of the life. She often mentions Apostle Guy, her husband. When he passed on, y'all, we're in the same business. His business was earning $24,000 a year, and he had never done anything like this. It's a travel business. Never done anything like this before, but he loved the CEO. He saw the integrity. He liked what he saw. He loved what he saw, so he got involved. And plus, his wife, Coach D, was making some good money, right? So he saw that, and he got involved. And for the couple of years that he was involved, he was earning $24,000 a year. But when he passed, his business didn't pass. It got passed on. Did y'all catch that? Minister Lisa, I see you there. When he passed, his business didn't pass. It got passed on. His business continued to live. In fact, not only did his business continue to live, but y'all know all living things grow, right? And his business continued to grow. In fact, it grew over the next 31. Hear this now. It grew over the next 31 months from $24,000 a year to well over $170,000 a year. You say, well, how did this business grow? Because when they got in place and they got in position, everybody who used their ID to get started with their business is connected to their business. And the growth that took place, it took place in the midst of those who were still living. They still kept traveling. They still kept saving money. We'll talk about that in a moment. They still kept sharing the good opportunity with other people. And as they did that, the business expanded. In fact, it blew up. And it's still blowing up, y'all. And I'm glad and I'm honored to be a part of the blow. It's blowing up. In fact, by the end of this month, I'm quite sure it's probably crossing by now as we speak, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 200,000 or more. And by the end of this year, Lord knows, I would be shocked if it's not at least $250,000 to $300,000, y'all. They're going to have their hands on a multi-million-dollar annual business. No doubt it's just a matter of time. But get this, the business was passed on. Here it is. This is what I got to tell you. This is legacy, y'all. Somebody put this in the comments. This is legacy. Hashtag this is legacy. The business, they created a revocable, transferable will and trust. They put it in the names of their grandbabies. That's what his wife did. Their because he always wanted to have something that he passed on. And powerful man of God. You know, the Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And we need to stop just quoting scriptures and preaching scriptures and live some scriptures. I know I'm right about it. Somebody ought to say amen. And this man of God said, I'm not just going to preach it. I'm not just going to quote it. Before he passed, he said, I'm going to do this thing. And his wife honored that, and they put it in the name of their grandbabies. Listen, Ava and Gracie, they're 6 and 8 years old. They own a business that's producing close to $200,000 a year. By the time they're 18, can you imagine what the net worth of that business will be for those two? Guys, I'm telling you, strategy number 3, you got to reposition yourself to pass on your residual income, your cash flow, to your children and your loved ones. If you're not doing that, what are you doing? If you're not about, come on, if it's all about you, if all of your time and all of your money and all of your resource and all of your attention, it's going to be on you and what you're doing for yourself, not even those who are coming after you, come on, shame on you. What kind of life is that? That's just the epitome of just selfish. I think that's at least borderline narcissistic. It's all, come on, all your money is on you. What about your children and grandchildren and those? Listen, let me say this: not always blood, but you should, if you're an adult, have some folk that you've sold into their life in the spirit in such a way that they're just as connected as your own blood at times, if not more. Come on here, if you understand what I'm saying. And you ought to be leaving something for them, not just a note, not just a diary, a journal. Hello, not look. Well, I left them my Bible. Well, they already got that. They get that off Amazon. They go to the bookstore and get that. Come on, give them some. Who was that? Aretha? Give them something they can feel, right? Give them something that's gonna listen. And you got to make sure that you can't give what you ain't got. I already said that. Reposition yourself to pass on your residual income cash flow to your children and your loved ones. We're going to go to number 4. Who's ready for number 4? Minister Lisa is in the house. I dealt with number 1. You got to get those taxes right. That means you got to have legal tax deductions. We're going to reduce your taxes around here. If you stay connected to us, we're going to show you how to get in the paint. Number 2, we showed you how to reposition yourself for residual income, not just that hourly wage. If all you got is a W-2, what's wrong with you? Come on. You need a 1099 to move to the next level. And then we're going to talk later another time about the LLCs and all that type of stuff. But we'll get some people in here who can really make sure all the legal stuff and all that's straight. But listen, y'all, it's time to do something different if we really want something different, because these are different strategies, and most of us don't even have these conversations. Strategy number 3, we talked about that residual income being repositioned in such a way that you're ready to pass it on. But strategy number 4, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Lady Rhonda's ready. Here we go. Y'all ready? Start taking dream trips. Dream trips, in fact, of a lifetime. Somebody say now. Come on. Start taking them now with family and friends on a regular basis. See, we're going to show you. In fact, I'm going to pull up on my slide. I'm going to get my slides in place in just a moment, but I won't do that right now. But let me just suffice it to say it this way. Well, maybe I should. I'm going to put this up in here. Let me see if I can get this for you. Let's see if I can make it do what I want it to do. I'll give you a few examples. Take a look at this, y'all. We're showing how people can get out of their own way and live their passion, y'all. But I want you to take a look. Oh, it's not coming up with the right size. But let me give you just a couple of examples. This is a Puerto Vallarta. I mean, very common destination for a lot of people. All throughout Mexico. Beautiful places. But guys, let me just tell you what I know. Number 1, I've been a travel agent for 12 years. And I'm going to tell you the facts. Real deal Holyfield. You ain't going to see nothing like this anywhere. Not on an online site, OTA, online travel agencies, or not your travel agent. Look at this price closely. This is Puerto Vallarta, 4-star resort, all-inclusive, food and drinks, 5 days, 4 nights combined, and it's $29. Not per night, but for the whole time. Kevin Trent is in the house. Much love, man. Listen, if you got to think about that, if you need to consult with somebody about that, I want to know, come on, what's really going on? What's really going on? If you went over here to Texaco or the Exxon or whoever, Mobil, whatever, the gas, you do AGB, Walmart, and the gas over here is $45 a gallon, and it's the same gas, and over here is $4. Who you got to make a phone call? You got to pray? Come on, it's called math. Somebody put that in the comments. It's called math. And I'm telling you over and over again, places just like this. I'm just going to give you a couple of more. Puerto Vallarta, $29, y'all. No fine print, no exaggeration, no gotcha. None of that type of stuff. Greece, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, my wife booked Greece some years ago for a number of ladies, 12, 15 ladies went. They had the time of their lives, and they enjoyed themselves. They paid about $3,000. I think she said $3,200 the other day. Between $3,000 and $3,200. The flight was anywhere for different people because they came from different parts of the country, from $800 to $1,200. So if you take out that $800 to $1,200, guys, they were paying on average about $2,000 for their stay. I'm sharing with you right here. This is as low as $319, and it's all inclusive. And it includes the voucher for 4 with signature cocktails. We could go over and over and over again. When we were in Hawaii last year, man, not that we would try, but I just wanted to find out some details because we paid $536 for all 5 days and 4 nights. And we were at a 4-star, and we enjoyed ourselves. We went to Maui first, and then we went to Waikiki. Very expensive place, but it's as beautiful. It's more beautiful than it is expensive, and I love that place. I could live there. I mean, it's just gorgeous to me. But here's the point: a Motel 6, y'all, will cost you $350 at night, and we stayed for 5 days, 4 nights for $536. Guys, I can show you over and over. We got some friends. They're just getting back. They got pictures all over. They've been all over Thailand. 7 days, 6 nights. They paid as little as $99 at a 5-star beachfront cottage. We're headed. Listen, we're headed to Montego Bay for the second time. We got a book tour. In fact, I don't know if I got my book handy. I ain't got it handy, so I can't show you. But in the book tour, we got several authors that are going to be there with us, and all of the authors that are going to be there with us, y'all. They're going to have some speaking and some training. But beyond that, guys, we got all kind of excursions booked. I mean, we got the catamaran. We got the yacht tour. We got some folk that's going to do the horseback riding. We got all kind of stuff lined up. But here's the most beautiful part about this whole experience. While we're doing we're doing personal development. We're doing ministry. Guys, we're doing life. But check this out. If you go to the hotel resort where we're going to be, it's $1,900 and something to stay for the period that we're there. We paid $585. We got people, y'all, when we were in Dubai in September, they don't believe us, but we ain't got nothing but receipts and no reason to lie. No, none whatsoever. I value my integrity more than lying to you and trying to get over on you. I ain't got time for that foolishness. It's either real or it's not. And we got receipts, we got videos and everything else. $99 at a 5-star hotel, 6 days, 5 nights in Dubai. I can't tell you the name of the destination or the particular specific resort, but the breakfast there, y'all, was $35 a person per day. So 6 nights, 6 mornings would have been $420. But we paid all of $99 and all the tax. That's what we paid. And it's not just us. We've had thousands of members on our team do the exact same thing. So it's not a respect of persons. It's for anybody that's, come on, paying attention. It's for anybody, in my mind, that got good sense. Because if you're going to go anyway, why would you pay the regular price? The retail, that doesn't make sense. Man, I see people flying here, going here, doing this, doing that, and they paying, I know they paying thousands, because remember I told you I'm a travel agent, so I know the price. They paying thousands upon thousands of dollars when they could have paid $29 for the, and just pay for the flight. But I'll show you how to pay for the flight. I'll show you that in a heartbeat. Strategy number 4, y'all. Start taking dream trips of a lifetime with family and friends. Listen, time is precious. Some folk, well, I'm going to wait till, the kids get grown. I'm going to wait till this. I'm going to wait till, retire. Man, you better live life while you're alive. You better live life while you got a mind that knows where you at. Because let me tell you, we take everything for granted. You better live life while you got breath in your body. And listen, you ain't got to huff and puff to get up a flight of steps. And maybe you are huffing. I'm kind of huffing and puffing myself. But live life now while you can. Stop putting stuff off for a time frame that is not promised. Strategy number 4, y'all. Start taking dream trips of a lifetime now with family and friends on the regular. It will enrich your relationship. It'll enrich your relationship with yourself. It'll enrich your relationship with your loved ones, with your boo. Come on here. Doing what y'all do. It'll enrich friendships that you've had. We've got friends, y'all. I just love this. I got friends from my childhood that have now caught up with me and connected, and we're traveling the world together, man. You know how much value that brings to my heart and to my life. People from my childhood. I'm 56. Some of us have been separated 20 and 30 years, but now we traveling the world together, paying pennies on the dollar to go where we go and do what we do. When we were in Hawaii, we had a ministry day, teaching and preaching and sharing. And on that next day, we had prayer on the beach. We had communion on the beach. And I might have shared this with some of y'all publicly. I can't remember. But one of my sisters, she blew that shofar, y'all, on the beach. And when she blasted that bad boy, the sky cracked open and the rainbow came out like lightning speed. Man, you can't tell me God wasn't there in that moment. That I'll remember that for the rest of my life. When we were in Dubai, man, we did so many Bible studies and prayer calls and everything else. And then we were all over the place doing all kind of stuff on $99 for 6 days, 5 nights. I don't think y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. You need to stop waiting. Life is too short. Start taking dream trips of a lifetime. Somebody say now. Yes, Lady Rhonda, it was just like that. Lucinda, we see you there. We need to talk. Let's connect. Listen, I'm gonna move on because I gotta get on this call. Strategy number 5, y'all. Start saving on big ticket items. Now, this is what I was talking about already, so I'll be real quick. There are some items they're big ticket items, so they're gonna cost a lot. I mean, you might have to save up for a week or 2 weeks. You might take your whole month check, and that's how you take care of that and handle it, because it took you a month to get enough money to take care of that. That's called a big ticket item, right? Every year, different ones of us, we're going to have certain big ticket items. Hopefully it's not maintenance and stuff that broke down and you got to replace, because that's real too. But hopefully one of your big ticket items that you've been taking care of yourself and your family is your vacation. Let me tell you, I know what it costs. I already told you I'm travel agent for 12 years. I already know what it costs. But we're going to show you in this program, based upon everything as I've already said, how to start saving on big ticket items like travel at a small fraction of the cost that the public pays. In fact, we're going to show you how to get better than travel agent rates, better than travel agent prices without being a travel agent. Let me tell you what I know. When Ken and I became travel agents, we've done all kind of training from Marriott, Hyatt program, Omni hotels, Disney program. We've done all kind of Caribbean certifications, Hawaii, I think I mentioned that, and all the cruise lines, y'all. We do this so that we can maintain our credentials and so that we can stay current with all the information, so forth and so on. It takes a lot of time to do that, and because we've taken the time to do that, when we book something for ourselves, we get discounted rates off of everything else that we will book for everybody else. But check this out. In this travel club that we're a part of, you get better than travel agent rates without being a travel agent. So this is a way you can get bumped up to the front of the line without being a travel agent, without taking not one course, not one quiz, not one certification, none of it. Guys, this is how you win. This is strategy number 5, because it's a big ticket item. When you do Disney, y'all, if you really do Disney, come on here. It's gonna cost you a few bands. Come on here. It's gonna cost you. You're gonna feel it. Yeah, I know you're making money, but you're gonna feel that thing. If you go to Greece, if you go to Hawaii, if you go to Paris, if you go to, you're gonna feel the cost of that, because it's gonna swallow up that last check you got and a couple of more to go with it. And I hope you're not putting it on credit cards, because that just makes it even worse. So the thing of it is, strategy number 5, we're going to show you how to save on big ticket items. But what I love about this program and this travel club, y'all, yeah, cruises too. Absolutely. All those cruise lines. Yes. Strategy number 6, we're going to also show you how to save not just on big ticket items, but on everyday items, small ticket stuff like eating, like groceries. Come on here. In our program, we have over 75,000 restaurants across the country. So if you go out to eat a lot, you can pay for your whole membership with what you save eating out at restaurants. And some of y'all don't eat out at restaurants like that all the time. But you eat groceries. Come on now. You get grocery coupons with this program. I mean, they're designed. They come straight to you. You got a program to put in what you're looking for, and it comes right to you, man. It can't get no simpler than that. Online shopping, just like Amazon, but better. Now, we don't have all the stuff that Amazon got, but we got so many items from, clothes and shoes and jewelry and cosmetics and perfume and cologne and appliances for the kitchen and gadgets and electronics and all that type of stuff. And it's always, watch this, we give you $100 credit every month in this club to knock the price down, and it's always free shipping. So from local groceries to online shopping to over 75,000 restaurants. Now watch this. These are all small ticket items. Theme parks. I'm gonna put that in that category because they can cost you a grip too, right? Sporting events, depending upon where you go, your seats are gonna be. Now, if you get those cheap seats, that's a small ticket item. But if you get those, come on, you get them front row seats. That's not necessarily a small ticket item. That might be a big ticket item. Theater, movies, all that type of stuff. If you love musicals and all that type of stuff, why would you pay full price? Why would you pay retail? I'm telling you, in this program, strategy number 6, you're going to save on all that type of stuff. What you would save in any and all of that category that I just mentioned would pay for 2 and 3 times your membership. That's real deal, y'all. That's just real talk. Strategy number 7, let me keep it moving. We're going to show you how to leverage the membership to pay for things like airline tickets, first class upgrades, shopping sprees, excursions, and even your desired lifestyle. You get the question a lot of time, well, you're going to stay there and it's $29. I had people say this, well, that's $29, but what about the flight? What about the flight? Because if you go without our program, guess what? You were going to book a flight, right? If you live in the U.S., you're not getting over there walking. You're not going to drive, right? You need a flight. So what would be the difference? We just showed you how you can cut your costs on your stay. You paying $29 for 5 days and 4 nights to stay at a 4 or 5-star resort. And you're talking about, well, what about the flight? What about the flight that you're going to pay for plus the retail rate that will cost you about $1,800 to stay there for the same time frame? But anyway, here's the point. We're going to show you how to cover the cost of the airline ticket because we have a referral program. And the more people you refer to save money just like you, this referral program is going to pay you. And if you keep referring, you can get residual income. Remember what I already told you about that? You can get enough residual income month after month after month. You stack that thing that you're getting for the next 4, 5, 6 months. That'll cover whatever flight you want to get. You want to fly first class? You could earn enough money to pay for a first class ticket and some shopping sprees and some excursions. Come on now. And even whatever lifestyle you want to have for yourself. Apostle Deidre, we see you there. Thank you for chiming in. That's strategy number 7, y'all. Let me move on and rush to a close. Strategy number 8. We want to show you how to use your lifestyle card. See, let me see if I've got mine anywhere handy. I think I might have. No, I got it right here. Let me see if I can fix it right because y'all can't be looking at my numbers. I got too much on this thing right here. You need to get you one of these. See, here's the difference. They got a Visa logo. So whatever you need to do worldwide, you can handle your business, whatever you need to do. But what I love about this card is reloaded every single week. It is connected to daily residual pay that has been so solid in our lives. We've done everything from paid off cars. God has been good. To paid mortgages, to paid college tuition, books, and we've traveled the world because of this lifestyle card. Paid off all kinds of bills. You can use it for whatever you want. If you want to use it for your gas, your groceries, your Gucci, everyday bills, whatever you desire to use this card for. See, it's not a credit card. They load it with the referral income that they pay, listen, daily, because this program is real. And we're trying to put people in a winning position. We're trying to tell you that if you're using the stuff from 10 years ago and 20 years ago, it ain't going to work right now. It's a different world. It's a different economy. You got to do something different. And that's strategy number 8, y'all. You need a lifestyle card. And if you ain't got that lifestyle card from our travel club, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're waiting on, because you're traveling anyway. And you're spending all that money anyway. Why are you not having that money come back to you? Why is it only going? Why is it only leaving saying goodbye and not coming back in saying hello? Now, if that's the way you prefer it, that's you. But I got more sense than that. Strategy number 9, create a powerful, evergreen, and growing network of like-minded people all around the globe. Not a day of the week where I ain't talking to somebody internationally, y'all. It's a part of our team, where someone who's about to join our team. Man, the relationships that we've been able to garnish and leverage all around the world. Like-minded people. You know, when you get like-minded people and you work together in harmony and unity, you could do so much more together than you can ever do alone. And sometimes people complain about, man, they don't want to help and they want to support. Okay, go to the next people, because there's somebody that want what you have. There's somebody who's praying to be connected to somebody just like you. There's somebody that's blessed by your voice and blessed by your presence. And if they not in that category, just say bye-bye to those that ain't. You got folk all around this world, y'all, that are looking for you. They're not just looking for you, they need you, desperately need you. They've been praying that you would show up in their life. And this is a travel club that shows you how to create a powerful, what I call evergreen and growing network. Why evergreen? Because, man, this thing it's alive all the time. It grows and adds value all the time. And this is how we do it, y'all. And we're showing people how to get in place and get in position and do some things differently, because differently will get it done. I gotta go. Different strategies for good success in times such as these. If this has been a blessing to you in any way, if it's challenged you in any way, if it spoke to your heart, stirred you in any way, get with the person that shared this with you, share it on your wall, tag 2 or 3 or 4 dozen more people in it, and let the chips fall where they may. Pastor Mel Keys, I'm out. Gotta jump on another call. And if you're a faith leader, join us on our next call. I'll make sure that I put that on my page as well, so you guys can see it. But nonetheless, let me know. It'll be great to be in the Zoom room. I can get you that ID as well. God bless you real good. See you guys at the top of the hour.